So keeping people motivated when they have to commit mistakes to learn goes through making people understand the steps between the fail and the success in that specific mistake, not broadly, not generally spoken, because then people get lose their motivation because you can't live out of general concepts. Not concepts exactly, but out of general ideas, out of general examples, because life is not general. You made specific mistakes. In one play in a game, you can do everything right, 99% right and 1% wrong. And in that moment, you don't need a generic phrase, a generic, oh, don't worry, this is gonna go out, or keep going, or something like that. You need to know exactly, but I did everything right, because you're frustrated right now. You did almost everything right, and you didn't succeed. And you have to manage that as a coach. And you have to understand that to be a better coach. If you don't really understand human emotions, human frustration, how the mind works, how it's always searching for a more urgent thing to discuss in itself, and in the moment of failure, you have to understand in each person what is their alarming in their head, so you can react to that and provide them with the feedback they need in that moment. And that is being the best coach you can be. And we INTJs are good at that. We're good at understanding people and understanding their perspective as they do something. Maybe they didn't even recognize their perspective. We're good at that, at showing people, explaining people their perspective. They tell us what did they see with their body, with their reactions, with their actions, with their thinking process. We can recognize, and we stop and say, hey, you were trying that, no problem. But in that moment, you did this, and it changed everything. And that person needs that. Or not. Or it's a very emotional person, and he knows or she knows what she did wrong, and she doesn't need, or he doesn't need an explanation right now. He needs a support. He needs, no problem. Don't worry, it's going to come again. There are players and players. There are people and people. So I got in a moment in my life, I see I have a lot of impact in people's lives, and I wanted to do more with that. I wanted to learn more perspectives, to get this way of thinking to more people. What way of thinking specifically? The way to think about what people are thinking, to get to know people better, everyone else, and you yourself too. Starting by you. Do you understand yourself perfectly? Do you know why you do what you do? Do you know your motivations? Do you know if you're motivated right now? Do you know what moves you? Do you know where you want to go? Are you going where you want to go? Do you know the steps to take to get you there? Do you? Do you know emotionally what you need to get there? Are you ready to go down before you go up? Do you know what is to go down? Do you know when will you go down in your way? Those are questions, those are really difficult questions to answer. And you don't really have to answer them. You just really, well, some of them you do, because you need to know where you're going. If you're an INTJ, we need to go where you're going, because other than that, we cannot develop a step-by-step process to reach that goal. But the focus, primarily, is to develop yourself and get ready for everything that can come. So this series of videos will be to discuss and approach life through different perspectives, through different moments, different ideas. I don't know yet how to call it, as a motivational, as a philosophical, as a, well, not sure yet. My English will get better as more videos come, you don't worry. And the videos will get better too. So with those videos, we'll be starting something that will allow people to understand more perspectives, to relate MBTI with life events. And learning, mostly, because INTJs are about learning, and I can't get out of that. So if you want to learn about people, about yourself, about life, about perspectives, about reactions, actions, planning, following steps, changing yourself, changing your surroundings, impacting people around you, join me. Join me, because we're going to get great results out of this. That's the only way to go.